Well, Boomer Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. This November games to remember start in Lubbock, Texas this week for our beloved Oklahoma Sooners as they go on the road to Texas Tech, bringing us to our Sooners temper of the game in 2002 for Texas Tech, who was in the quarterback's room for now current Washington State coach and former Texas Tech coach Mike Leach, who was in the quarterback room with him. And here's your hint. Two of the quarterbacks are coaching in this game between Oklahoma and Texas Tech. That's two of them. But what did the room look like? Tell you, possible preview, Texas Tech and Oklahoma. Next, Boomer Sooner 1982, don't go away! Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. The Sooners are getting ready to go on the road for a December to Remember game, starting with the Red Raiders in Lubbock, Texas. That's bringing on the Sooners temper 2002. Their head coach there in Lubbock is Mike Leach. What did its quarterback room look like in 2002? The hint, the two of the three quarterbacks are in part of this rivalry between Oklahoma and Texas Tech. This year, well, the quarterback room looked like this. Senior quarterback Cliff Kingsbury, who's now the head coach in Lubbock. There was a junior quarterback named B.J. Simmons and a walk-on named Lincoln Riley from Muleshoe, Texas. Of course, Lincoln Riley would later accept the position at Oklahoma as offensive coordinator and is currently the head coach of the Sooner Boomers. The game will be played in Jones AT&T Stadium, where the Texas Tech Red Raiders call home. The game will be on November the 3rd, 2018 on ABC at 7 o'clock. The national broadcast crew not yet been announced. It'll be announced sometime tomorrow. Around what time? Around the 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock area when they do the press conferences and all that kind of stuff for the Big 12 information. Or you can listen to our guys who just got finished last night or yesterday afternoon and early yesterday evening with their 100th broadcast. Did our old buddy Toby Rowland, currently the play-by-play announcer for the Sooners. Tiro was up there with color analyst Teddy Lehman and color analyst special correspondent Merv Johnson. Teddy Lehman, of course, if that name sounds familiar, he's not only a former OU linebacker, he's also part of the Rush on 1400 Sports Talk 1400 in the afternoons. Toby, of course, Tiro in the morning show at 6 a.m. Also on the sidelines, speaking of Sports Talk 1400, our old buddy Chris Plank, who's usually on in the mornings after Tiro, is on the sidelines this year, again for the Sooners. And the newbie on the sidelines from 107.7 The Franchise, 107.9 in Tulsa, the franchise players, that would be former Oklahoma Sooner and former Bishop McGuinness star Gabe Ikard. He's on the sidelines. In the series, Oklahoma and Tech have met 25 times Oklahoma winning 19. The Double T Double R winning 6. Overall, that is a 76% winning clip for the Sooners of Oklahoma. But they did raid into Norman once before. That's actually the last win Tech has in the series. They got us. Remember that traumatic rainstorm we had and we lost 41-38 in 2011? Well, that was a Tuberville coached Red Raider team. But Oklahoma was not outdone. They got them last year's homecoming, 49-27 in 2017, to win the homecoming game between the Sooners and the Raiders. The Oklahoma Sooners, their head coach is the former Red Raider, Lincoln Riley, in his second season at Oklahoma. Of course, we talked about him being a former Red Raider. Did that in 2002 when he was, as we already talked about in the pre-show, the quarterback in the quarterback room. But in 2003, 04, and 05, those years, he was a student assistant at Tech and taken out of the quarterback room. Coach Riley is in his second season at Oklahoma. We've already talked about that. His record in 2 years, 12-2. That's an 85.7% winning clip last year for the Sooners. Now, we don't include this year because it's not over yet. But last year, 12-2, 8-1 in league play. First in the Big 12 were the Oklahoma Sooners. Lincoln's bowl history, 0-1. Lost the Georgia-Oklahoma Rose Bowl game, part of the college football playoff. Lost it 84-48 in double overtime last season in 2017 to the Bulldogs. But it's not all bad for the Sooners in the Stoops, now Riley era. They have plenty of division and conference championships in that time. We'll start with divisional championships. 2000, 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010. All Big 12 South Division championships. And again qualified for as the #1 overall seed last year in 2017. But you know what? No one cares about all the divisional championships and if you qualified. They care about the watches, the rings, and the bling blings. And Oklahoma has plenty of that also. 11 conference titles. 2000, 2002, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010, 2012. And then the last 3, 15, 16, and 17. That averages out to where we need it to be. To get there in 2018, well, a lot of people think that they're odds-on favorite. But to get there, they'd have to get there. So what did we have to go through so far to get here? Well, first of all, we beat Florida Atlantic and Lane Kiffin 63-14, win their home opener in Norman. They then played UCLA, got that one 49-21 over the Bruins. Got revenge over that one conference loss last year to Iowa State. Got it on the road at Iowa State, 31-21 victory there. They then came home and beat Army 28-21. In that game, went into overtime. They did get back to their old habit of blowing people out the next week, 66-33, doubled up the Baylor Bears. They then had their one stumble hiccup. They lost to Texas by a field goal, 48-45, at their state fair. But the last 2 weeks, they've got their traction back. 52-27 victory over TCU in Fort Worth. And did take care of business over the old sly one, Bill Snyder and Kansas State, 51-14 this season. This past Saturday, in fact, yesterday. The other half of the coin, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech, Coach Cliff Kingsbury in his 6th year in Lubbock, and is a 2002 grad from the Double T, Texas Tech. Went back to his alma mater in 2013 and has been there from 2013 to present. Got there going into this year with a 30-33 record. That is a 48% winning clip in 63 games. And when they apply for bowl appearances in 3 attempts, they're only 2-1. That is a 33.3% winning clip. In 2017, to get to the bowl game last year, well, they had a 6-6 record, 3-6 in league play. They did qualify for one of those 3 bowl games, but this was one of the 2 losses. Lost it 38-34 to South Florida in the Birmingham Bowl in 2017. Conference or divisional titles in the era, Soups era, 99 to current, 1 division championship. That one came in 2008, where they qualified with it, but there's an asterisk there because 3 teams qualified that year. Of course, as all Oklahoma fans remember, it was Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and then Texas. But the championship, the ring, the bling bling, went to Oklahoma, who later qualified for the game last season. 2018 was a pretty okay year for Tech. 5-3, 2-3. This year in 2018, they were 5-3, 3-2 in league play. Not too bad. They did lose the home opener. I mean, not really the season opener. It wasn't really a home opener. It was a season opener. Lost it to Ole Miss, 47-27, part of the Advocare, Texas, Houston Kickoff Classic. They then got on the right track, losing to the winning against Lamar, 77-0. Houston, 63-49, both games in Lubbock. They then won on the road at Oklahoma State, 41-17. They then lost the touchdown by a touchdown and 2-point conversion to West Virginia in Lubbock, 34-42. They then won by a field goal, 17-14 over TCU. That game was in Fort Worth. They then beat lowly Kansas, 48-16, getting the victory there. But as I predicted last week in my Pick'em show, they did lose to Iowa State in Ames, 40-31. Of course, as we talked about, that moves them to a 5-3 record, 3-2 in conference play. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the show. My name is Harry James. You can catch this and all my other videos on the YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. They're also up on my Facebook account, Harry James Taylor, and on my Twitter, @HypeManHarry. That'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching, and Boomer Sooner, everybody. See y'all next week. Boomer!